Welcome everyone to Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Joel, it's almost like a tale of two different markets today because if you looked at just the SPY or the indices, you would say, oh, the Bears are winning again for the second day in a row. But if you looked at individual stocks, the cruise lines, the airlines, it's almost like yesterday didn't even happen, right?
You know what kind of day this is?
What kind of day?
This is it's a Steve Martin kind of day.
What reference are you about to quote for me?
It's a wild and crazy guy. Remember that movie? That movie he was in? That quote he used to do all the time? Not a good one? Not a good movie quote?
Is that from The Jerk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what it's been. I mean, we were way up there on the open. They had the Dow Jones are up, I believe, on 800 points. You made a new pre-market high. Everyone jumped in the pool. You went to 76, 75. And then we had over a 100-point intraday sell-off down to 29.71. Everyone jumped in the pool on the downside when you took out Thursday's low at 29.85 and a quarter, but you're bouncing back into the 3,000 handle here. And who knows what's going to happen here in the next 17 minutes. But I've been talking about it all week. You guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about it, but this is just some typical rollover action where you get a lot of volatility in the market. The volume is spread out between two contracts. What you had today is pretty typical. You got 2.5 million into SEP, 2.5 million into June. They're rolling over the contracts. Officially the open interest will be there on Friday, and then all the volume will be into the SEP. And I don't think you're going to have as quite of a choppy week.
Okay, good. So we can stop hearing about the rollover next week?
No, because then you get to hear about the quad witch, which is on Friday.
How could I forget about the quad witch?
Yeah, so I'll be talking about that all week. That's often a major turning point in the market. I would say until Wednesday, it looks like we were just going to run right into that expiration and just blow the doors off and make not a new all-time high, but certainly make a new high for the move. Now that's over 200 points away. So there's going to be some wild action next week leading into that Friday expiration. And if this is any kind of a precursor to it, we're going to have a lot of volatility.
Yeah. Reminder for anyone trading or trying to trade that we'll also rebalance at sometime after 6 p.m. tonight. FTSE Russell will release an updated list of the stocks being added and removed from their indexes. So the actual rebalance in 2 weeks, but they're going to update or give us an updated list today. It's every Friday from here on out until the end of the month after 6 p.m. So keep an eye out for that. If you're trading, they're also rebalanced.
And I'll just report Triple D, who traded that for years and years and years. It just got a little bit too wild and woolly for him. And if it's too wild and woolly for Triple D, then
I don't know if he said that. I think he just said that the trade has gotten crowded. So they sometimes they will sell stocks that are being added will end up going down on the day they're being added, even though you would think logically they would have to go up because people have to buy them, people who track these indexes. But it is a trade. So keep an eye out if you're into this trade. The FTSE Russell site after 6 p.m. will have a list of stocks being.
He lost his edge. I mean, he used to have an edge in it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And kind of lost his edge trading it. Advanced trader, short Lululemon now.
Oh man,
nice trade.
They pulled the rug out. They pulled the rug out today.
You know what? Advanced trader might have been looking at. He might have been looking. If he was looking at the close from yesterday, I mean, I always talk about when these stocks are gapping down. Will they get into the previous day's range? The low was 306.63. Will they get to that closing price? Now, I don't know if he got it at 308.12 because that was a closing price. But if he did, he didn't get much heat at all after that nice open. So good job. Traded down to 89.65. So you might get some follow through. So people are gonna look at their statement on over the weekend and say, man, oh man, let's Let's get out of Lulu. Let's see. Hit that all-time high last week. Couldn't blow it away.
Joel, I'm curious if you saw what Kramer said today, because we've been talking on our show about these rallies in the pre-market and how they impact. I mean, that's the thesis of our show, is how these rallies impact the regular session. Kramer said today he thinks that maybe the big fish are playing games with the retail traders here, and that they're pumping stocks up in the pre-market and then just taking their profits after the open.
Is he talking about individual stocks? Is he talking about
indexes? He was referring to the stocks that we've been discussing for weeks now. The airlines, the bankrupt stocks, the Hertzes, the Chesapeake Energies, and he thinks maybe the big fish are coming in and just bidding them up in the pre-market and then just playing games.
I mean, it's a good observation. I mean, I think that what our show is predicated on, was looking at this pre-market and after hours action. So whether they're, deliberately, hook and, bait and hook individual traders and retail traders, yeah. I don't know. For a lot of these big institutions, though, I mean, if they're dabbling in, some of these smaller stocks.
That's what I thought too. Like, if you're managing money and you're trading Hertz at 7 a.m.,
I don't want my money with you, man. That's for sure.
Me neither.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Hertz, could you pull up a longer term chart on that? I did that as the pre-market prep stock of the day. And, there's a little bit more to the story here with Hertz. You see, could you go to the monthly, please, there, Mr. Israel?
I'm going to go way far back. Okay.
Yeah, the monthly. And the reason I say the monthly is how long's Hertz been around, right?
Well, didn't they like re-IPO?
Yeah. O.J. Simpson, remember him running through airports? That was Hertz, right? Jumping over briefcases and everything. And they did that was Hertz, right?
Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, that was Hertz. Yeah. And they did this dog and pony show back in late 2015. They talked about their reorganization and what they were going to do. And they had a 3 to 5 year business plan. So I don't know. And I remember the stock was trading lower, and I know it reorged, and I'm thinking, it wasn't like a $10 stock. And I'm like, why is this a $50 stock now? And it ended up IPOing around 47 and went to 53. And I don't think their 3 to 5 year plan is working out here, according to plan. A lot of things have happened, but that was a rug pull by, anybody that bought this thing after that reorg. They never had a chance on it. So I know Mr. Icon was part of it. He dumped his shares at 72 cents. What I think what happened with that is I think maybe some big players got a hold of what he sold, like 55 million at 72 cents, right? I think someone got a hold of that and said, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can do a Warren Buffett with this. And they just supported the stock. They supported the stock for a couple days. And then you had a big volume day. It went from 82 cents to $1.50 on 270 million shares. This was on the 4th. And then everyone had to be in the pool then, right? This is a way to get rich quick. Then you went to 150 to 257, then the 553. The day it hit 553, it was 6 1/4. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to sell that million shares at $4 as they wanted to. You talk about a wild and crazy day. We are back up now 33 handles, way off the low of the session. Almost, we're mid-range on the session here. We're over mid-range. Man, oh man, this is a tough day. I'm glad I kind of clocked out just before we started the show. This is treacherous here. We're now it looks like a good day. Holy mackerel.
I will say that I used yesterday's dip as a chance to finish my shopping that I started a few months ago. And I had this list. There were things that I said I was going to buy and I didn't. And it's been weighing on me for 2 months now. And I finished my shopping this morning.
You got in. You're all in.
I'm pretty invested. Yeah, I do have some cash.
Good for you, Spencer.
I've got cash, but I'm.
You waited for the dip. You waited for the dip.
I just used yesterday as an excuse.
The dip. Well, hey, you know what? You undercut.
I bought the dip. I'm the sucker that bought the dip.
Hey, not so far, man. You undercut yesterday's low, 29. 80. And now it's an undercut and rally. So, I would say, at this point, you're looking good. Until we take out 29.71, that's low for the week. You got to point your arrows north for next week. Just going into the close, of course. Who in the hell knows what's going to happen, over the weekend as far as news goes and everything. But Easy Mike, yeah, he's right. Triple witch next week, and you're right. Anything can happen. But good for you, Spencer. I'm glad you waited for the dip.
Yeah.
Wayne Cornick joined you too. He went into the market, so it's the Wayne Spencer rally.
Yeah, well, and these aren't for trades, so I've got a longer term horizon. Speaking of news flow, a couple states today reporting their highest daily increase in new cases: Arizona, Texas, and Florida. So you'd have to think that the news flow over the weekend, if today is any indicator, news flow won't be good. So I just wonder what that can mean for Sunday night and for Monday morning.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, Dennis, Dennis made the point earlier in the week that, like, hey, 2,000 people were dying a day.
I made that point.
You did. People digested it, right?
Yeah.
And we're not closing down. So hey, who knows? Even with the bad news, I don't know. I mean, who said we're not going back into a total lockdown? God forbid. I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope this market just rebounds keeps coming off the lows of this week, and boom, boom, and just keeps on going. But you're right. There is over weekends. There's a lot of news. You can get your Q Sunday night futures. You'll be there. You'll be watching them, and we'll see how things react. You can also watch that Wall Street weekend thing, but I have found that not to be the greatest indicator.
Okay. I want to just look at some of these airlines, Joel, because it almost is like yesterday didn't even happen. If you pull up,
well, let's see. What are you talking? AAL?
I was looking at UAL, but it doesn't matter. You can pick one.
I don't know. I like American for some reason. I don't know. Good day, bad day. Couple bad. I mean, you sold off from 22.80 to 14.07. You couldn't get that low today. You just had a higher open, much higher open. Wow, over $2. So a little, 8-point sell-off in the stock and a little bit of a rebound. I think will be really interesting for the remainder of the week. And all you American airline traders should keep an eye out this. We had like a 9-point move, right? From 22.80 down to 14.07, right? 14.23.9, 4.5. 18.5. What did we get to today? We only got to 17.31. I would say for the bulls to take control of American Airlines, prove to me that we're going back to 22.80 and beyond, we got to overtake 18.5. And that's about 2 sticks away right now. So bad week, got off the mat. We'll be keeping a close eye on 18.5 next week. In AAL, and I'm not doing anything fancy here. You guys, I don't know why. For some reason, I that's like the airline stock I like to follow. Even though I got smoked on it one time in Bright when I was trading, I did something. I hit a third market print, and it was like way off, and they wouldn't bust the print. I can remember that. That was a long time ago. So, just been following AAL for a long time. We'll keep an eye on 18.5 next week.
All right, let's go to some tickers here from the chats. So on here, a few people talking about Nikola, the CEO, was out today and said something about the short sellers making the company stronger. More power to them. Haven't looked at the stock today, so I don't know what it's doing. So okay, so it's up almost 5%.
Yeah, I mean, right here, you guys know what I'm going to look at. You had the dip, you had the rally, the dip, and now you're trying to recover. That was a big dip, 94. Let's call it 54, 40-point move. This thing needs to get clear 72, 73 for me to prove to it it's back in a bullish mode. And another thing I'm kind of kicking myself on is that I've remembered in the past with Tesla that it's had downgrades and the market's been strong and it's kind of, shrugged off the downgrades. But today, the old double downgrade, they ended up getting, you would have had to play it really cute. I mean, it hit 987.98, traded down to 912.60. So tough stock to trade. But I did remember in the past that it did shrug off downgrades for a little bit, but eventually they did weigh on it. Tesla traded down after clearing that century mark on Wednesday. It looks like it's going to close a little bit away from it now.
All right, Dennis is in his trade cave, noting that there are buying balances at the close, and just, I guess, somehow, in spite of yesterday, people don't want to go in short over the weekend. That's what the buying balance is.
Nice round. I mean, the trend, what's the trend been since the March low? We got a little bit overdone, had some profit taking. And once again, I'll drive you crazy with the rollover, but you did get the extra volatility here. Going to have all the the contracts back in, all the active trading in the September contract next week. So let's just pick up where we, looks like we're going to have a strong close. Let's continue in that Monday.
Yeah. What else we got here from the chat? Let's go to a couple more tickers, one or two more if we can before we wrap up here.
What else did you see?
What else did I see here? I saw a few things. Let's look at Amazon here.
Amazon, you know I hate $2,500 stock, Spencer.
Yeah, when are they going to do a split here? If they do a split, that'd be awesome.
Oh no, it's not vogue to split, man. You got to have a high price stock.
Oh no, they should do a reverse split. Get it to 6,000.
Get it to 10,000, like Berkshire Hathaway. Let me see here, man. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I can.
Okay, fine. All right.
I don't know. Okay. Oh, no. I got a major number, but it's only $120 away.
Okay.
Double top, 2670.00 on Wednesday, 2671.38 on Thursday. Didn't get there today. A lot of good that's doing you with the stock trading $120 lower, but that's the only thing I can tell you. That's a double top there, but we've seen Amazon pull back and just rip through those double tops.
Yeah. All right, here's one, and I know what you're going to say, so I'm going to preempt it. If I tell you Genius Brands, GNUS, if you can maybe give us a level from the last couple of days to lean on.
Support or resistance?
I'm assuming support.
$3, right? You hit that yesterday, and then 367. I also see 366. That was the low on the way up. Or no, that was the low earlier in the week. So I'll go with this three. I'll go with the 367. I know the 303 was a little bit overdone, but that's what you have to look at. And this thing is just a story. I mean, and Andrew Left cooled off the story. So, but I mean, as Dennis would say, if you're good at trading stocks like this, then go ahead. But I'm not. It just, I mean, I guess you could control the risk because it, had less than $1 range today. But boy, they sold that thing off quickly.
Yeah. All right. And then let's do one more here. 10 seconds left in the session. Let's do Cloudera.
The old Cloudera, we run up into earnings, we miss earnings, but we're thinking of selling ourselves trick. One of the oldest tricks in the book.
That's the one.
I would say that, it did get the bump, but only, unless if you're buying on that big day, when you had the run up, you want to see a deal. You don't want them talking about it. You want to see a deal. So if it doesn't see a deal, maybe you drift back down to the $10 level. I have no way to fairly value this company.
All right. People in the chat saying DraftKings maybe on the news that MLB made another offer to the players. I don't know if we're any closer to getting a baseball.
Those players better they better take it and go, because I don't think that I guess they don't have to worry about fans at the games, right?
No,
because they're not going to be fans at the games.
It comes down to who can take the most pain, the players or the owners.
Exactly. I would say for you DraftKings traders, you got a major support level, 35.25. That was your low from yesterday. Monday you hit 35.55, and then today you hit 35.71. So and you closed $1 off it. So really keep an eye on that. That was the low for last week. And I just want to take a look at what's the one that Jason likes? GAN?
Yeah, GAN.
Yeah, that one undercut and rally, took out yesterday's low 1726, went to 1685, but had a good day. So that's it, folks. We're going to close green on the session, but it's not a happy green. It's not like a smiley face green. It's more like whew, like we didn't get killed kind of green.
It's a sigh of relief green. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to call it a dead cat bounce green because you can hardly say that this market is a dead cat, but close significantly lower. You close significantly higher than the 6 p.m. open, significantly lower than the 9:30 open. So, the old buying at 6 p.m. at night and selling 9:30 definitely would have worked in today's session.
All right, everyone, have a great weekend. Please remember all the information from this broadcast is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Joel and I and Dennis will be back on Monday. In the meantime,
who's our guest on Monday?
Have a good weekend. Who is our guest on Monday? We are talking with I just had it up here. Kevin.
Kevin Davey.
Thank you, Kevin Davey.
Okay.
Kevin Davey. All right, he's on Monday's show. In the meantime, everyone, stay safe this weekend. And for those of you trading in the after-hours session here, good luck.
Don't trade against Dennis.
Okay.